Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randall Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts.
Push him out of the way and give him leverage.
Slap me in the back.
Slap you in the... Boy. All right, we are recording now.
All right, welcome to Married AF, everybody. This is episode 101. For real. Back to some real shit. First, I want to thank everybody that came out for episode 100. They didn't have to do that. It was very nice. Love all of our podcast friends that stopped in. We had Almy, Wutsky, Jody B, Dave. John.
Dave.
Said Dave.
Oh, you did? Sorry.
Yes, powerful Dave. And Jen Fackler.
Yes.
She showed up. Was so very nice. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. You're all champions. I am 41. Feel 61 when it comes to physical injuries.
No.
Body's falling apart, but it is what it is.
We've had a great week. I mean, we had the kid's birthday. Big man is 6.
Yep.
Had his party, which was off the rails.
It was, if you could say it was, if it was lit. If a kid's party can be lit, his party was lit.
6-year-old's party.
I hate myself for saying that.
Fleek? Is that?
On fleek?
I feel like it was teetering on the edge of Lord of the Flies.
It was very much like that. And
I was waiting for one of them to come downstairs with like some kind of face paint on all of a sudden, but it's blood.
I was waiting for someone to be bloody for sure. No one. I can't believe it.
It was like they dropped a bomb up here.
Which is the great part of having a bigger
toys.
house.
Yeah. I mean, because you didn't even know.
No, I was cleaning down and you cleaned up.
I came upstairs and was like...
systematically killed it.
Yeah. I came up here and then was like, for the love of God, I don't need you to go upstairs. I might cry. It was fun. It was fun. And he had a blast. And even some of his friends were like, this is the best party ever. That's all that matters. And it was just like they just threw the toys everywhere. So all it was just picking shit up. It was just a lot all over the place. And we maybe need to set some ground rules about not going in our bedroom and jumping on our bed.
And wrestling on our bed.
If we have a party here next time, so that's our bad for not setting those.
That is a place of special times.
Worship.
Yes, that place is not to be...
It's a holy place.
It is. Yes, that is holy land. And that was strange. Luckily, the sheets had just been cleaned.
Yep.
Cheers. We'll do a shot
Cheers.
to a long but good week overall.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What is that?
That's the old punchy dick.
That's not bad.
Capri punch.
Ah, okay. That's what I was
fruit
tasting.
punch Capri.
Yeah.
And muscle vodka.
That's actually really good.
Kind of. Half of it's great, and then the other half, it's weird. It was split down the middle to me. Maybe not shaken enough.
You're right, though, because right after I drank it, I could taste the Capri Sun, and then a second later, I could taste all the vodka.
Pure vodka?
Yeah.
It wasn't mixed well.
Nope.
That goes on me, every time.
I mean, that's usually the case, babe. That's what we expect from you.
DJ, what's up? Robert did say, which this is true at my age, I have to write everything down. That's so true, or I forget everything.
I have to write everything down. That's been years for me, though. Just because I also have a million things usually going on at once, that if I don't write my shit down, then something's getting forgotten for sure.
Oh, shit.
What?
I'll send this to you. Robert just sent you a lead for, it looks like a horrible murder that happened in Conyers, Georgia.
Oh, my. Okay.
So, yeah, she'll be all over that shit.
Good looking out, Robert.
I will get that to her. I do want to say, starting off, that we are brought to you by the only lubrication that works. Get Wax.
Get Wax. You know, this
lasted us a
I
long
was
time.
just about to say that. Like, how many bottles did we have?
I don't know, but you definitely do not have to use. You didn't have to use as much of the spunk lube as I used for sure. You don't have to, but this has lasted 3 times as long. This is more viscous, like I've always said.
Yeah, I'm always proud of your volume control with it.
Yeah, it's definitely better.
Sometimes you'll go a little overboard.
Thank you, sir.
On the control, you'll be like,
Powerful Chris McCullum.
"Oh, what up?"
Love that dude.
Yeah, so I also, over this week, which was Thanksgiving break, it was our first taste of Gunner being out of school on a break and like not having somewhere to take him.
Yeah. And reminding you of how hard being a stay-at-home mom is. Shout out to the stay-at-home moms.
All the
hardest
respect.
job on earth.
Yeah, because I was not off of work. I still had to work, but from here and with Gunner here, that adds an extra layer of challenge.
Yeah, and Griffin was here. Not the best babysitter. Has to be paid handsomely.
Well, and he doesn't wake up.
And he sleeps forever. He's a teenager. He sleeps.
I give him a pass this time, though, because he had tonsillitis.
It was great that he even showed up. He didn't have to even show up. I thought he was going to stay there. He was bad sick with tonsillitis. He got better the day before he left here. We got him better.
That's what I was going to say. He didn't even feel 100% really until about like Wednesday or so.
Thanksgiving Day.
Or Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. So I was not even. That's why I didn't say a peep about like, why hasn't Griffin gotten up? And so I just did my best to keep Gunner.
No, that's fair.
Occupied. Like I had, I was working and I had him on our computer, like playing the Pokemon online game and stuff, and I would be on conference calls like, "Sweetie, mommy has to talk on this call now," and he doesn't know. I'm like, "So can you try to be quiet?" And he's like, "What?" So people were like instant messaging me while I'm like presenting on a call, like, "Hey, Gunner," because I can hear him in the background just jibber jabbering. It was fine though, and honestly, like I was ready for him to go back to school today, and I told you today, like I was so ready for him to go to school, but then I knew by the end of the day I would miss him because we were attached at the hip for 9 days.
Sure.
So,
well, this just reminded me. This is going to be a little serious for a second. I'm not going to give a bunch of details about it because we don't know all the details. But a teammate of Griffin's on the football team, very good kid, and Griffin's girlfriend's brother was injured badly in a bonfire accident in Alabama on Monday of last week, and it was just terrible all the way around. He was severely burned, and him and another girl, and they were med-flighted to Vanderbilt. And the only reason I'm saying this is because we're going to put the GoFundMe in the show notes.
Do we have that?
Yes, I have it. We'll put it in the show notes, and especially at this holiday season, his family's a wonderful family, and it's just going to be a lot, as you can imagine.
Isn't it for him and the girl
and for Natalie
that was injured? So
Yep.
it's James and Natalie
Yep.
that were injured very badly.
And we'll put it in the show notes. Just at this time of year, if you got any extra fund, I know funds are tight. It's a great GoFundMe that you know is going to go to helping a very unfortunate situation. These kids are just 16 years old.
Yeah.
They're fighting for their lives. So it was just tough. It was tough for everybody, and it was awful. And I know it was tough on Griffin. That's his teammate, his girlfriend's brother, and just a good kid. And it really hits home as a parent. Like, I don't know. It was tough for me. Like so I can't imagine for everybody else. We're definitely thinking about his family, his parents.
It was terrifying.
And all that.
Absolutely terrifying. I mean, and then things that like normally would have just been, like anytime we hear about somebody in the winter, people are having bonfires all the time. So like, Susan and Jim have a fire pit in their backyard. Like when we were going over there for Thanksgiving, it was like, hey, I'm not sure if you were planning on doing like s'mores by the fire, but like, can we skip that this year?
Oh yeah, I wasn't ready.
Because no, I didn't. And then like Jordan went to a bonfire like over the weekend, and we were Susan and everybody. We were like, oh, like I don't want to.
No, I just can't imagine. And all the details will be in there in the show notes. Go check it out. If you have a few extra dollars, I can assure you it'll go to a good cause.
Yeah, they're going to have a long road of rehab and recovery, and insurance doesn't pay for everything. So
no, I mean, it just all the way around really sucks. They're going to be living basically in Nashville for a while. And so
they're going to have to do all their
that's going to
schoolwork online and
just normal costs. But
all right, yeah, you got to send me that because I don't have it.
I will. All right, so
I'm in like a blanket
I
sweater.
wanted to cover, because we had some listener questions that came in for episode 100. We didn't get to them because...
Oh, hang on. No, Ariana, his birthday was on Thanksgiving. It's not today. His birthday was the 28th. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, it was a great birthday, though. I enjoyed it. Very much so. But I want to get to these questions just because, they're somewhat fresh.
Okay.
All right. First question right out the gate. Boom. Who is each of your favorite guests and why?
My gosh.
Talk about putting somebody on Front Street.
I know, right? I know who yours is. And he might be mine, too.
Yeah, I'm going to go that safe route.
He's just so fun.
And handsome.
And handsome. Of course, we're talking about Richard Tillman.
Yep.
We love you, brother. And he's like family now, and we love that guy. And he's welcome back anytime. And he's just so easy to talk to. Besides, I mean, like all of our like podcast family.
I'm not going to,
like,
because they all know.
I know. Like it's like they're honorary like co-hosts when they come on
Absolutely.
our show. So I don't,
Speaking of that, before I move forward, I'm not going to announce much on this because we're still wrapping up the first season of Podcast of the Roundtable, which will be announced soon, the final battle back. But for season 2, there's going to be a couple of changes. Here's the only nugget I'm going to give you, is that Jody B will be replacing Brooke as the regular and redefining that role. So as it sits, we'll have John Buchanan, the Podfather, and Jody B, the prodigal son, in some role and capacity.
I want to come back as
You'll be able to come whenever you want. We've already talked about it. You can even step in.
I feel bad because it's like, I don't know, I feel like, and nobody probably cares, honestly, but I just feel like everybody thinks I hate podcasting. And I don't. It's a lot.
But I think it'll also help you with not being so burned out. You're doing a lot for that last while. That's exactly it.
I was burned out on it.
It was very burning you out.
That was one of the reasons why we probably have been taking such longer breaks in between episodes, because you've got your Throw and Smoke, which is, I know you love dearly.
Yes, that is a labor of love between me and Joe B.
So it's not even like, oh, I got to go podcast. You're like, yay, I get to go talk about MMA. And then we don't have podcasts around it. So I've just been like relishing and having these breaks so that like, it's been, I don't know, we've been on like a 2-week rotation. Whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah, I've announced it kind of before we were recording that I think we're going to go back to the Monday night recording once a week.
Sure. I know. Yeah.
No more. We were putting out shit 2-3 a week, including Podcast the Roundtable and shit. So
what about Throwing Smoke though? Isn't that usually Monday nights?
Yeah, it'll be. No, it's not usually Monday night. We're kind of rotating that, and we'll see where we decide if it falls on a certain date.
I say we do either Sunday or Monday nights.
Sunday or Monday nights is fine.
Because
love that.
Monday sometimes can be crazy, like when we've been at work all day.
It can be.
But so.
Yeah, either one of those is fine.
I do want to get on a weekly rotation again.
That's the whole goal. And just, I understand how the Podcast, the Roundtable is weighing on you. And I think that's great. You'll have the option to compete, come on whenever you want. But season 2, this is all you got. Jody B's coming in, redefining the role of the resident. Mm-hmm. You think whatever you think, try to put those together. Podfather, prodigal son, against the competitors. We'll see. I don't know. Could be some good shit coming up.
Different hosts?
Another thing.
Maybe.
Might rotate hosts. But Inner Circle announced that they're going to be putting out a game show on new hashtag No Offense show I listen to, which is going to be awesome. I mean, those guys are all cool, so you know anything they do is going to be good. Their game show is different, though. It's going to be more of a game show where you win or you, like, it's clear, scores kept.
It's like right and wrong answers.
Well, yeah, they're going to do stuff like playing like actual Jeopardy or Family Feud.
Mm-hmm. Like our game nights,
but real.
But real competition.
Mm-hmm.
Not just grab ass.
Oh, got the Facklers in the house. I always love when they're around. All right, so when it comes to favorite guests, we took the easy route, and we said Richard Tillman, because we're not going to hurt any of our friends' feelings that are podcast family. And we definitely took the bitch route out of that question. All right.
Yeah, whatever. That's whatever.
Favorite time we were a guest. I'm going to hurt feelings with this one because I have a clear one.
So, okay, this is, for me, the first thing that pops into my head, and that's what I always like to go with, is early on, I don't know if we've been on this show multiple times now at this point or not, but we went on Drinks with Larry. It was the second time we went on. The first time we went on Drinks with Larry, I was real sick, but there was another time we went on, or maybe it was just...
You son of a bitch.
Is that the one you were going to take?
Maybe. But you're talking about the one where I read the Jody B porn.
I just remember coming off of that, my stomach hurt. I had laughed so much.
Yes, and that is the one where I went on and said, let me read this to y'all, because Brooke and John gave me crickets. And yes. They died, and you laughed like it was brand new, and it was great.
It was your delivery was better on there or something. I don't know. But that one, it's just the first one that pops in my head because it's the first time I remember coming off podcasting where I was like, my stomach hurts from laughing so much.
Yeah.
And so that was literally what you were going to say.
Well, yeah, I have two. I was going to say that one was a really, really strong one because it was so...
Oh, I have another one too.
It went so well.
Oh, no, wait. No, I don't because they were guests on ours. Never mind. I was going to say when the Whatskis came on our podcast and then the audio was lost, but...
Yeah, but that was on ours.
That was on ours, yeah.
That one doesn't count. I would think that one too.
Yeah. That was gold that nobody ever will hear. We just all, the four of us, it's our little secret.
Yeah.
We re-recorded it, but it was very fun, of course, but like...
No, but that very first one that was lost... I feel for the people that never got to hear it.
I know.
Because it was so, you can't recreate magic. And we tried and did well with the Wutskis of doing it again.
Because it's always fun with them regardless.
Yeah, but like, that first time.
That was another one where I laughed. It was so funny that it didn't even feel like we were recording a podcast, which is how it is a lot of times with most of these people. But
yeah. I mean, I think that is definitely how it is with most of them. I don't think people understand, or maybe they do because we talk about it a lot, but it's the definite real friendships with these folks that if we lived closer and we saw each other, I know that, I mean, if the Wutskis lived in our neighborhood, we would eat dinner with them all the fucking time. We'd probably rotate who eats at whose house every other night.
Well, just like we've had the Almies, we hung out with the Almies in person twice, and it's like...
are lovely people.
Yes, like it's so easy and just natural. Like it's weird that everybody's...
Chris Wutsky said he legit tried to contact Skype to recover the audio. If that thing ever gets recovered... I would pay top dollar because it was so fucking fun. I did not know that. That's hilarious.
That incident is what sparked, number one, me almost quitting podcasting.
Very close.
Number two, us investing in multiple backup mediums. Like I got like a backup on the computer. We've got the mixer now with the memory card so that when we have like guests and stuff, typically we do all kind of backup shit, and upgraded to Reaper versus Audacity and
that was lost to GarageBand.
Oh, it was GarageBand. You're right.
Almy fucked you on that one because you had just moved to GarageBand.
I had
Almy's, See, Almy sabotaged that episode. If you
was-
really trace all the steps
jealous of
back, he
our
knew it was going to go well.
Oh, Almy, come on. I almost quit podcasting. For real. I was like, fuck all this shit.
Yeah, they were really good guests too, though, the Almies. Because
yes.
they were just so great.
And they'll be here in December.
Yeah, I can't wait for that shit.
Or they probably won't come over here until after Christmas. So I think he said they're coming the 23rd, which is December now. Fuck me.
Yeah, and I wish those the Inner Circle guys would be cool and do their meetup in Atlanta. Why do they have to go up to shitty Jersey?
I know. Why you got to go to New Jersey? Why
Excuse
not come
me.
to the lovely Peach State?
I just threw up in my mouth.
It was disgusting, and I don't appreciate it.
Tasted like andouille sausage.
Well, because you had that sausage with
Yes.
you had an
Burned.
all meat dinner, and
It was quite
wanted to
carnivorous.
vomit.
It was 2 hamburger steaks and a full andouille kielbasa.
yeah. When
You're
I was
welcome.
like doing the dishes, I was like, "Hang on, did you just have meat on your plate, like Griffin?"
Yes. No vegetables. Fuck all those.
Gunner at least had strawberries.
All right. So, next question. What sucks about podcasting?
The technical shit.
There's a lot of things that sucks about podcasting.
It's
You lose money.
well,
If
yeah.
you take into account the value of your time, you can do that easily by
And the
taking your
equipment.
your yearly wages, doing the math, the equipment you invest in. You're losing money. Most of us.
yeah.
Now, some of our friends, they make some good money. That's awesome. We don't. And so, yeah, you got to love it. That really sucks
No, it's definitely not something we do for
for a
money.
paycheck.
No, it is.
Strictly for the fan.
The tens of you.
The fan.
And because we enjoy it.
We do enjoy it.
And
is fun.
yeah, so the other things that suck are see our previous question where we talked about losing podcast gold.
That brings
Audio.
back that pain. I'd forgotten all about that.
I
was so upset, but you were so much more upset that I couldn't even be upset because we can't be upset at the same
I
time.
was sick to my stomach because I'm the one that's responsible for all the editing shit, and so it falls on me. And it wasn't anything I did. It was just like literally fucking the gremlins in the computer.
Oh, dude, I remember Wetsky texted me and was
I
like,
was so-
"Oh man, that was so much fun. Love that
I wanted
episode.
to
When do y'all
cry."
think you're gonna get it out?" It was something like that, and I was like, "Brother,
I don't want to tell you.
it's gone forever." He was like, "What the fuck? No."
Computer GarageBand seized up and was like closed down, and then when I opened it back up, it's like blank lines. I was like, "What in the actual fuck is this?" It just literally gobbled it up and shat it out into the netherworld.
Yeah. So that sucks about also the dumb when people get their feelings hurt. Everybody's so sensitive in podcasting, and it changes every day about whether or not you're going to be sensitive
Oh yeah,
on everybody's part, including me, and that part sucks.
that rarely. I mean, that's
That hasn't happened in quite a while.
No.
I believe I've actually...
and that part has been
Figured it
very
out.
minimal to zero for me.
You give zero shits about anyone or what they say. I've never seen you affected in the least by what anyone has ever said or said about our show or us in any capacity, which is
When
awesome.
PJ went bad on our tattoos, I got
That's all that bothered
pissed.
you.
I got pissed, but
About-
I wasn't like.
And that was more, you were like,
I was more like "fuck you," and then he's just, we figured out he just likes to throw smoke.
and yeah, so that kind of shit is painful. It takes you a while to get
I know.
to see the truth in that. But you also have to get used, if you podcast, you got to get used to Twitter, and that's a different world. I've said it to everybody. If we didn't podcast, I would never go on Twitter. I don't recommend people, like when they want a social media, it's not what Twitter is. Twitter is an alternate universe
It's the Wild
where
West.
people are
I don't
whatever the fuck they want to be.
I don't ever want Gunner on Twitter. Good God.
And I'm starting to think that Twitter is just 10 people that have 1,000 different Twitter accounts.
It's very possible.
And I'm getting duped. And I think these are real people and they're not. Okay, so what have you learned from your first 100 episodes of podcasts?
Oh, a shitload.
I haven't learned much. Haven't learned much about the biz or the technical side.
Well, that's what I've learned so much, mainly from John Buchanan, about the technical stuff, and I've learned what, like, from listening to podcasts and then listening back to ours, what makes things sound better, that kind of thing. But I don't know. I think we've maybe learned more about each other over the...
I've learned that...
I didn't think that we could, but I think we have.
Yeah. I think that you pick up little things here or there from other podcasters that are really good. Try to steal or take a little bit of their, what works.
Yeah.
But if you do that too much, it's too easy to spot, and everyone knows that you're full of shit. So it's really best to just be as close to who you are as you can be on your show, in my opinion.
Well,
for us.
I don't think either one of us have
well,
really
you don't know how to be anyone else. The furthest I can go is Uncle Randy, and people still think like that's a far stretch, but Uncle Randy is really me. I don't even wear the chain anymore because we sent it to Raiden.
Mm-hmm. We have other ones. We got Gunners.
The original. And why do you want me to put it back on? I'm kind of glad I don't have to wear it anymore.
No.
I was getting as tired of it as other people were.
The chain, Uncle Randy, with or without the chain, doesn't make any difference to me. That's up to you.
All right, so...
you're yelling at the camera either way.
That covers that. Now, we have one new listener question. This is what I wanted to be the bulk of this episode to discuss. I wanted to get others to weigh in also on their take. So I got to read this so it's proper.
How long is this? You have a horrible habit of...
This one's pretty long.
Oh,
but
gracious.
Listen, Dear Married AF, I have an addiction to eating food off my wife's plate. I don't know why, it just tastes better. Now it's starting to get to her. I used to always eat food off my mom's plate, but now she's in California. It's not like I eat all of it, and I would happily get up and fix her another plate if needed. It's just something about eating from hers. I only do this to my mom, wife, and daughter. My son eats his food too fast for me to get to it.
Attaboy.
How can I explain it to her without her being so upset with me?
I don't know.
Thank you for your time.
I need it to be explained to me, if I'm being honest. Like, first of all, where's your plate, sir?
Well, I think that's what they're saying. They're asking us for help here on a psychology question, and I think I'm prepared.
We're totally qualified. This is right up our alley.
I mean, honestly, I think there's something to this shit. Like, there's a little...
I think there might be a chemical
There's some picadillos
reason.
here. He says it started with his mom, so maybe there's a mom thing there.
I think it's...
Not like an attraction, but, mommy thing.
But which is... definitely leads me to what I was going to say. Like, I think it's something like some kind of chemical reaction to, like, a female's, because he said, like, his son eats too fast. I mean, I don't know.
The food may taste like shit off his son's plate, because he said the food is better on his wife's plate. Fackler has a good point. Is it about dominance?
Very well could be. That's a very good point. He feels inferior or something, feels like he needs to... It's like a dog humping another dog.
Well, Wutsky also has a point. This is where I was going where Wutsky was. Basically, the grass is always greener.
Yeah.
My God. Could that be it?
It could all be it. I think he also, like, what if she fixes his plate? Is that...
I don't think... it was clear to me that no matter what, if they all have the exact same thing, it tastes best off his wife or mother's plate.
Get a trough type dish. Everybody eats out of the same fucking thing.
Go Indian on them.
No,
Indian
just
food.
go cattle ranch on them.
Yeah,
And
Indian food they eat off the platter in the middle.
okay,
with
like
their fingers.
family style, like, but
I bet
no
it won't
individual
taste as
plates.
good though. There's something to the ritual. Here's what I think. It depends on your family. First off, that would never fly in our family. Brooke eats so fast, no chance.
No fucking chance. I don't care if you take food off, like a bite of my food off my plate, but like it better not be like the last bite or
No,
something, or you'll
and
lose a finger.
If it was constant, like it sounds like he
I would
eats
be like,
off his,
"Get
you
your-"
wouldn't like that.
No, that would get on my nerves.
You would share if it's your idea or if it's a taste. Like
Yeah.
I'm all about when you're out to dinner
and we do that all the
and
time.
you order things, everybody kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
taste my shit, because you're picking from a menu and everybody's ordering different shit, and you might have almost gotten the chicken with rice pilaf, but you decided on the meatloaf,
We do that
but
all the
someone
time.
else, so you
Yeah.
try it. That's fine, but this is an every night occurrence.
No, I would be so
There's
annoyed with
something in
this.
that.
I'd be like, what the fuck is your issue? You need to talk to somebody. Is it, I mean, like, if he has his own, especially like he has his own plate of food in front of him with the same shit on it, and he's taken from her plate, like, there's something there. Like, you gotta.
Yeah, I'm a non-sharer unless I offer it up to you. If someone dove onto my plate,
I do it to you all the time.
not really. I offer you
I mean, if
stuff.
we're in a restaurant or something, I just will.
But we would both do that. But
Yeah.
in our regular dinners, neither one of us has ever, I don't remember a single time, either one of us, as long as we've been
yeah.
together, eating off the other's plate without being invited.
Because we're eating the same thing.
So are
Usually.
they.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, like, that's the only time where it's okay to me is if, like, you're eating different stuff and it's like, hey, I want to taste that. If you're eating the same thing, though, yeah, that was my point. It's not, it's weird. Sorry, pal. I feel like there's something there. I think it might be a dominance thing, or, like, there's something that is representing.
But so if he's willing to go and fix her another plate, like you said, I'll gladly go fix her another plate. Why can't she just be cool and let him, like, are you full so now I can really eat?
I don't know. I mean, it's,
We all have our things. If that's his thing,
I guess if that's his thing, but it's like, then when does she get, it's
can
just,
she have a backup plate?
can she just have two, look,
2 plates.
she'll take his plate and her plate, put it in front of herself. When he starts picking off one of them, she just slides that one over. Is that the same?
I think you give him a plate, her a plate,
What if she takes a few bites off of your plate and then gives it to you?
and that makes it her plate.
She's like, oh, this is mine. Here.
What if she eats off both of the plates, spins them around, you don't know which, and hands
Her
him
and the daughter to, like, eats off half of it and then gives it to him. Would that satisfy your need?
And here's the thing, I know this person, so
Yeah,
I
Jen
don't.
said it's like the alpha dog eating first.
Yeah, I know this person, and you do too. I'm just not going to mention them on here. We both know them well.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like it would be that to me, like a dominance thing.
Oh, he doesn't have
I
a
almost
daughter.
think
Never
it's
mind.
almost a picadillos thing.
Well, that's what it sounds like, but I don't know. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. See?
That's funny. I would have never thought
Me
that.
either. Maybe, I don't know. I have to find out his relationship with his mother. I think that's where you got to start.
Well, that's where it started.
It started with mom. And I'm not comparing these, so please don't do that. But if you watch the R. Kelly tape, Surviving R. Kelly.
Okay, you're going down a weird path.
I know, but
here.
listen, hear me out. He talks about how when he was a kid, he would drink his mother's coffee because it would have her lipstick mark on it. And when he would take a sip, he would turn it to where he sipped where her lipstick was. And it tastes best from right there. So he's always had a thing about lipstick on cups. And so, you know, I'm not saying that this person is R. Kelly, because we know he's not.
That's a terrible parallel.
But what I'm saying is issues with your parents can creep into anything in your life.
Oh, for sure.
And it doesn't have to be a bad issue. It can, you know.
Huh. That's very
I need to call in Rachel Miller.
intriguing. I mean, this is clearly we're not qualified for this. This is
We're
definitely
absolutely
something.
not qualified.
Rachel-
We've made no headway in
If
this
Rachel
question.
listens to this, she's breaking her phone in half because she's like, "You guys are idiots. This is what it is." Well, what she needs is more questions. She has more questions. We just don't have the right questions to ask.
Well, speaking of not being qualified and having issues,
but talking about them anyways.
I've got to tell about my sauna ritual.
Oh, of course.
Because I was supposed to talk about it a while back when we got a listener question. I didn't.
When we did the whole episode about our OCD shit. Probably.
So let me explain to you my sauna ritual every day at the gym. I have to hit the sauna after I work out no matter what. Some of y'all have seen the
30 minutes to a gym.
Party Naked challenge that I posted where you put a big dip in your mouth and you sit in the sauna, crank it to 200 and listen to as much shit happens when you party naked as you can before you die. And that's partially a joke, but that's how I do it. I don't sauna for like the health benefits really.
Wait, that's really your routine?
Yes. To me, the sauna every day is
Al,
strictly...
me, and Christina in your ear?
No. One time they were when I posted that.
Okay, that's what I was...
No, it's not the ritual though.
Okay.
The ritual is, for me, it's a mental toughness barometer for me. That's why I do it every day. I want to see... I put a huge dip in my mouth. I put on my wrestling plastics, sweatshirt with a hood, my earphones, and I go in there. I crank it up as high as it'll go, which is 200. And I sit in there and I listen to music and see how long I can make it without ever spitting or swallowing my dip.
All of that makes me want to...
And all that heat. Mm. And I have some rules that I cannot break that will determine when I'm able to get out of the sauna. First one, I can never leave in the middle of a song. The song has to end. And it can't end on a song that has a commercial after, because I listen to Pandora. So, if I happen to be like running out of gas and it hits the, commercial time, there's always 2 commercials after 3 songs on Pandora. They're 30 seconds each. So I hit a wall and I'm about to die. I have to sit, do those commercials until the next song starts and they have to say a word. It can't just be the music. I have to hear them start to sing.
This is too much.
Before I can leave the sauna.
Baby.
That's first.
That's just step 1?
The step number 1. That's rule number 1. That one cannot be broken. Second one is also very important. I cannot get out before anyone that has come in once I came in. If they were in there, I definitely can't leave before them.
Okay. If
they come in after me, I still have to outlast the person. Anyone that's still in there, when the first song starts, they have to...
It's a good thing you don't have much to do during the day.
Yeah. During that first song, anyone is welcome to enter. But I cannot leave the sauna before any of those people that come in during the first song. I have to outlast them.
Too much for a busy person. I got too much shit to do in the day to have all this keeping me in a hot box coffin.
Rule number 3.
Okay.
I cannot talk to others. Well, I've had my headphones on.
That sounds like rule number 1.
That should be clear to everyone, not to bother me.
Do you have earbuds or like headphones?
Earbuds. So they are hidden if I have a hoodie on. Mm-hmm. Or, have the hood
You need to make them more visible if people talk to you.
But I have had people try to still touch me to talk to them.
What?
And I refuse.
They're like, hey.
Hey, you.
What?
And I can't talk during it. It is a mental toughness test for me.
Why are people so weird?
Every day that I need to see if I can will myself through it. And I don't know why I love it so much.
It just seems like a place where it's like, okay, maybe if you make eye contact with somebody and like you're both in a place where you can talk, say some words. But why would you be like, hey, pal, look at me. I need to talk to you right now. Like, people do that?
Now, here's rule number 4 or 5.
Oh, my God. 4 and 5?
4 or 5. I don't know where I'm at.
You're 4.
Okay, number 4. And this is more...
Because 3 was no talking to people.
I'm negotiable on this one because it does depend on... If I outlast everyone, and and there's no one in there when I'm done toward the end. And all the criteria have been met. There's a song playing. I've heard the beginning of it.
There's a word.
I've made my minimum time frame, which is 22 minutes.
22 minutes.
22 minutes. So I'm good.
So that's rule. Okay, whatever.
That I don't consider that's a rule. That is a commandment. The 22 minutes. That's not going to be negotiated. Then and only then can I blow a snot rocket out of each nostril before I exit the sauna.
You're fucking disgusting.
Feel terrible about it. Sounds worse now that I say it out loud.
It's disgusting.
I do feel better about myself having said it.
I hate it when you do it in our shower and I have to clean your snot boogers off the fucking shower wall. And that's like technically the appropriate place to do it. You're doing it in public, like for some poor fool that has to clean that nasty fucking sauna.
Nobody cleans the sauna. So it is attaching to people when they sit there. I've probably resat on them.
You should be ashamed.
I am ashamed.
And stop doing it.
But I'm being honest.
Then stop doing it.
And
Why don't you go into a stall and do it like into a toilet or something at least?
No, that's not part of the mental toughness test.
It isn't part of the mental toughness.
This is real.
That's not mental
This
toughness.
isn't a joke. Like, none of this is a joke. I wish it was. It sounds so bad now that I'm saying it. It is such a mental health issue. But it's my part. Like, that part of my day is almost more important than lifting weights.
I feel like for you, you're going to keep adding on layers to that and challenges.
Until I die in the sauna.
Yes. Yes. So stop, please.
What I love is no one has said a peep. People are aghast right now. They're just, the people that are in the chat are just like, holy shit.
People are just going to be dropping off in a second like, I got to go.
Hey, this is real shit, folks. This is real life.
This is...
I am telling you, it is not for the weak, though. And I just, every day when I complete it, I'm like, shit. I'm tough upstairs. Because that is fucking hard. And Jesus Christ, the other day...
I'm not going in a sauna ever. So.
Now, first off, my channel that I listen to on Pandora, When in the Sauna, is the New Edition channel. So I've got slow jams on, predominantly.
Uh-huh.
And you can get into some of these R&B songs. The other day I got into it.
18 minutes long.
I got into that song from, I don't remember their name. I think it's like Tony. It was like...
nothing wrong.
No, it was...
Get a little bump and cry.
No, you just made me lose it. Oh, no, it's a song. Just give me all your loving, and I'll do all the rubbing. Ding, 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 ding. Whatever that song is. And I was like, cool, this is a good one to end on. I like this song.
Uh-huh, and then it kept going.
It was 7 minutes long. And I almost died. And thank God it was not a song with the 2 commercials following it. Because had it been, I can't leave. That one had me scared the other day.
You can, though. You
that
know
one
what?
had me scared.
You can. You know what you need to do is set a maximum time, babe. That's it.
30 minutes. If I pass out, that will be the new maximum.
Babe, no. Let's not wait till you pass out. Right now, set a maximum time that you will sit in the fucking sauna. Like, what's the time that you've been in there where you almost passed out? 30 minutes?
Probably pushing
Then
about 30 minutes.
30 minutes
and 200
should be your
degrees.
maximum, regardless of what other shit is happening, whether it's a commercial or a 7-minute song or whatever. You get out. Drop dead time limit, 30 minutes.
Jen Fackler being there for me like a champion. She's just posting under Chad's. See, she says everybody has weirdness. Just depends on the person. You just let your...
I'm all about letting your freak flag, weirdness flag fly in public. This is a health hazard issue.
This is a survival issue.
That I don't want you to be detrimental to your health. So I just want you to set a maximum time. All the other things can stand unless you hit 30 minutes.
It gets dicey though. That one, I'm telling you, I've never like been worried before really, because anybody can will through a minute, which is the 2 commercials. They've come at some bad times. But that song that was 7 minutes long, because I expect 4 to 4 minutes, 30 seconds.
Don't do it again, though. Don't just let it. You know what you say? It's fuck it. This time, I have to break my rules because I've been in here for long enough. You know? Yeah. You're not less tough, babe. I promise you. You're not less tough. You're being smart.
I don't know. This all sounds good in theory, but...
I don't want to get a call from a fucking EMT saying that my husband passed out and is on life support because he was an idiot and stayed in the sauna for 45 minutes.
With a huge dip in his mouth. Mouth full of spit.
Do you take a spitter in your bag as...
Oh, in my bag, yes, but no spitter goes in the sauna. For one, if you take a spitter in the sauna, the heat crushes
melts it, yeah.
No, it doesn't melt it. It just crushes it.
Okay, whatever.
So I don't take one in there. And what makes it really hard, there's an old guy that goes to the gym when I do.
Or just spit on the floor. You fucking snot rocket.
I don't even know his name, but he brings echinacea oil and dumps it on the rocks in the sauna almost every day. And that shit opens up your fucking sinuses like nobody's business. I figured Ariana was going to have a field day with this one.
I was waiting for her to back me up. Like, tell him to get the fuck out of the sauna at less than 30 minutes, please, because...
It's purely... the only way I can explain it is it purely is like a personal challenge thing. I'm just sharing it with the world so people that have their issues can see, hey, everybody's got their shit. Oh,
we all have our shit. And we've aired all of our OCD stuff. But this is something that is a concern. That
is risky.
I don't like it. Because it's...
All right, we'll go on to this question for you. Brooke, this one was actually submitted a few weeks ago. Brooke, why did you allow Uncle Randy to shave America's beard? This is when I had shaved a couple weeks ago.
Allow Uncle Randy? I mean, Randall, for one, I was all for it. Because it was getting intrusive. And two, it gets to a point where it annoys him. It's so thick. Like, you can't even see in pictures how fucking thick it is up against his face. I can only imagine what that feels like.
Well, and they don't understand during lovemaking.
Well, and it was like down to your chest, and it just gets all in my face.
At times, during coitus.
You can't see me.
Hypothetically, it could get pushed up between both of our mouths, and we're both just eating a beard.
Yeah, it definitely gets in the way. I mean, and when it gets in the way during special...
That's when I say it's
special time. Holy time, then...
That's when I take action. Yes. Now, I went drastic this past time. But, as people can see, literally 2 or 3 weeks, it's already back.
It's fine. He grows it back in his sleep.
By Christmas, it will be... Santa Claus.
And he's not going to touch it again until it gets intrusive again. I prefer it, honestly, if I'm being truthful. I prefer it this length right here because you can still see your neck. When it gets so long, like I was looking at the picture of us. Because when I did that little like collage for your birthday, that picture of us on a hayride at the pumpkin farm, you cannot see any neck or like it just goes beard, chest, and your shoulder. You have like so little of a neck anyways, it just makes you look fat. And you're not fat.
It totally does.
And
definitely makes you look chubbier. Because when I shave it off drastically, which I never shaved it off, I just thinned it.
Yeah, to where you could see.
To where it was a normal grown man's beard. But I look like I lost like 40 pounds or got AIDS.
Yeah. And it's only because your neck isn't very limited anyways. And just being able to see that little bit of separation of like face, chin, neck, shoulders, it's sexy. So that's my input.
And most people don't know Uncle Randy's got a killer dimple. They don't ever get to see
Such
it.
a killer dimple. I miss it so much.
And it
Your mom, every time you
magical.
shave your beard, your mom's like, oh, God.
there's my child.
I know. Because it's so good. And I almost forget about it until you shave enough to see it. And then I'm like, oh, there it is.
All right, got two more questions. One is for you. Brooke, what is your favorite TV show other than Walking Dead? And I'm going to add the caveat to this.
I was like, oh, that's easy.
That's also zombie related.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't going to say zombie related. I really did like
But no,
Daybreak
if
on
it is,
Netflix.
that's where I was hoping you would go to tell people about that show. It was great, actually.
It was so fun. I thought you were going to hate it the more it went on because it was so cheesy and like
I
campy.
actually really dug it.
But yeah, so if
Sad
anybody
it was
hasn't watched Daybreak on Netflix, go watch it. It's fucking great. It's a zombie apocalypse show, but it's definitely different and it's fun. I liked it a lot. We finished it last night. So my favorite show other than Walking Dead, not zombie related. I mean, there's not many other. I mean, I guess there's plenty. Because honestly, Gunner, side note, Gunner, had something on the TV. It was probably, I think it was Daybreak, but the day before I had something on that was also zombies. And he said, Mommy, all you watch on TV is zombies.
It's true.
And I was like, that's probably true, son. Go get in the bath. I want to keep watching this.
Well,
and I
no,
want to watch it with you.
it's either zombies or murder.
For sure. It's always like, oh, where's the dead body
People
on
are
the TV,
dying.
Mommy? Or
Yeah.
where's the zombies? And so there's that. So my favorite TV show that's not zombies, and I mean, I really like, what's one that like we record and we have to watch?
This Is Us.
That's what I was going to say. This Is Us. If you want to cry,
I love This Is Us.
it's really
Even
good.
when I hate it. Which
Yeah.
shows me that it's got me hooked.
If Randall gets angry about it, that just means he cares. And he
Absolutely
likes
is
it a
right.
lot.
Means
'cause
I'm vulnerable.
It means it's hurt. Yeah, he's got his feelings hurt.
I love Jack. All right? Jack is a fantastic
He's
man.
like the best human.
Yeah, but he was flawed. He had his own
Everybody's
issues.
flawed,
I
but
know.
that's why
That's
it's
why I love that they did that. They didn't just make him a hero that was
perfect
infallible.
in every way. Yeah. No, for sure. And that's what makes me love him. Like, and all the characters are so amazing.
They got some
And
daddy issues.
all of them in their own way
Serious.
are mega flawed, but they're all like, I don't know. And just the way the show, like the way they lay it out. I mean, even just the way the pilot was, because you got me to watch the show. You were like, hey, I heard about this new show. It's got Mandy Moore in it. And
Who doesn't like Mandy Moore?
Who doesn't? She's America's treasure. Sure. And I don't even remember how you were like, there's some kind of twist to, did you say that?
No, we figured it out in the first episode when they were all born.
No, we didn't figure it out. And I mean, it was a good twist. It was one that got us at the end where we were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because they were showing it like they do, where it's like they showed parallel, like her pregnant, and they were showing the twins or the triplets all turning 37 or whatever in the pilot. And then like at the end you find out it's like, oh my God, like that it's
No,
all.
but the episode where Jack died.
Well, they dragged that out for like 2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 or
We
3.
know he dies like halfway through the first season, and then like you don't find out how for
Yeah, it was pretty
a lot.
terrible,
You
though.
were getting pissed about that, but okay. So yes, that is an excellent show. I recommend it for anybody that has it, and it's polar opposite of Walking Dead.
What is the... I hate
Emotional, though.
myself for forgetting the name of this movie. That
A Walk to Remember.
that we just watched on the new Disney Plus, the Blue People. Avatar. Damn it! See, I'm losing my mind. In my top 5
Finally,
movies
it's
of
you.
all time, but when we got Disney Plus, put it on. It put Gunner in a trance, and it made him more. He was shaking with nerves, like scared that
Bless
Jake
him.
was going to die.
He literally was like, Mommy, my heart's shaking. I'm so nervous. Like when he was watching it. It was like the second time we'd watched it even. He was like, is Jake
How did
gonna
I
be
forget the name Avatar?
I know. Well, he calls it Larvitar.
No, but that
Which is
movie
also a
holds up
Pokemon.
and is underrated.
I honestly hadn't seen it in decades, and you just put it on like one of the first nights we had Disney Plus, and I was like, did you put on Avatar? I was like, good call. I haven't seen this in forever. And then we were all glued to it, all three of us. And then Gunnar wanted to watch it again and again and again. And then it stressed him out so much that
We stopped watching it.
we stopped watching it. And then even, on the weekend, scrolling through Disney Plus, me and him watched The Mandalorian because you were not interested after like watching half of the first episode. I loved it. And Randall's like, turned it off. So Gunnar and I watched all 4 chapters of The Mandalorian this weekend. But when I was scrolling through, he was like, the blue people, Larvitar. I was like, you want to watch Avatar? And he said, no. Like
It's too much.
it's like it hurt his heart because he was so worried about Jake
And I don't think
dying.
he gets it that Jake lived at the end, like the
He was a
whole
little
transferring bodies.
He was
like,
a little confused about that, but he was, because when we were telling him he doesn't die, he was very skeptical. Look on his
Very
face,
skeptical.
like I think y'all are pulling my leg and lying to me about this. But he really cared about it so much. It was just so sweet.
I want everybody to know that I want to be in the Star Wars club.
You want to care.
I like Yoda.
If the baby Yoda didn't lure you in,
That has made me want to
Oh
recommit to trying to watch Mandalorian.
I will watch it again with you to see the goddamn baby Yoda.
But it my mind can't invest in it because I don't understand the sequence. It
You
doesn't matter how
don't?
many times everybody tells me.
Me too.
I don't know where what goes, and not knowing
He
that
doesn't
makes
know.
me furious.
Gunnar doesn't know, but he was in it. He was asking questions about he was like, he was invested, especially because he cared so much about what happened to the baby Yoda and the Mandalorian. Because the Mandalorian is very endearing. Like, just the voice of the guy, it makes you like, he's very soothing. And so it's like you care about him and you care about the baby Yoda and all that. Like, it's just.
Is he a good guy, the Mandalorian, or is he a bad guy?
He is a bounty hunter.
I know. Good guy or bad guy, though?
He's got a good heart, obviously.
Okay. I can't make any promise. I want to try. I'm probably going to try and put it on when we wrap up here in a minute because I want to be in the group. I want to get it. I want to know what the love is.
If just watching the baby Yoda doesn't get it for you, I don't know. I can't help you. That enough. It is the cutest fucking thing. And I mean,
So no one knows for sure,
He doesn't
though,
even
where this
talk.
fits in the story of Star Wars, though, like what point in time.
why does it matter to you?
I'm just wondering if any of the diehards
No, Jim.
have figured
Jim
out
told you when they were here this weekend.
that he thinks it was a certain time, but we thought we saw Han Solo.
Yeah, I thought it was Han
But
Solo.
they said it could have been anybody. That's
Because-
just how they stored their backers.
Well, and and he had a good point that Boba Fett is the one that captured Han Solo, so it wouldn't have been him. But I swear to God, that was Han. It looked like Han Solo. We both thought it, but neither one of us are huge Star Wars fanatics. I know more than you, but I know way less than like Jim and Brian and like basically all of Garrick's side of the family. But yeah.
Yeah, you know way more than me for sure. I know nothing except for Jabba the Hutt was gross. Princess Leia used to be hot.
Oh well, she's dead now.
I know, but when she got older, got on the drogas, to me cigarillos,
Plastic surgery.
plastic surgery was excessive. Harrison Ford was a good-looking young man.
Very much so.
He is proof, though, that the nose never stops growing.
The whiskey nose.
Dude, his nose and ears
Yeah.
have grown.
And this one that comes out like this next week or whatever is the last one, the very last one.
Sure, pal. They're going to keep
It's
these
the last
going
one
for
in
life.
this storyline. There will be, I guarantee you, just like the Mandalorian show, there will be other branches, but this storyline is ending with this one, supposedly. I mean, but the empire of it is not going to go away. No, it never will.
Yeah, I guess they could really go on to infinity about
Infinity with all the different,
galaxies and
yeah,
shit.
for sure.
Could they ever intersect Star Trek and Star Wars?
I don't know. I'm sure.
Could
they've
anyone
talked about it.
ever intersect
Are they the
those?
same companies? Like, I'm talking about like Lucas Films, Disney, all that.
Disney owns everything. We've learned that now. Everything.
I'm hoping Disney buys the
Earth.
company I work for.
I think they own everything on Earth. But where are we at on time?
I don't know.
Well,
we are at 59 minutes and 30 seconds, sir. So this
wow.
is a good place
It's
to
a perfect,
wrap it up.
perfect
Did we even
segue.
mention? Oh, we did mention our Get Wax sponsor.
Yeah, we sure did. And shout outs to the other Civilized Creature shows. Check them out.
Yes.
Got Picks and Bones doing the damn thing. Christmas special coming up. I don't think he's released the Christmas special yet, but it's going to be huge. So keep your eyes on Eric there. You got the Untrained Eye always putting out shit like Clockwork Champions over there with DJ.
I know
and
they're
Beth.
a fucking well-oiled machine.
Workhorse.
Yeah, love you guys.
Workhorses.
And
You
we
got Drinks with Larry.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about Larry. It depends on how Larry's feeling. They record when he wants, and it's up to him.
How does our podcast work? It's all
Boom.
about how I'm feeling.
100%.
Larry, we're more alike than you want to admit.
Drinks with Larry, always awesome.
What's in your hometown?
What's in your hometown? They've both been sick and
Yeah.
under the weather at the exact same time. Holidays interrupt them a little bit, but they posted today they will be putting out some new shit soon.
It's crazy. They're sick at the same time and live across the country from
I
each
know.
other.
That is weird.
That's some like connected, like soul sister shit.
Yeah, you got Welcome to My Show. Haven't seen a new episode from Michelle lately, but if you follow her on Instagram at Garbage Kitchen, you will see some of the atrocities that she can make that is meatless.
Yeah, this
Turkeys,
vegan.
hams, sausages that look like Bigfoot's turds.
She's a trooper. Jumped right in on this vegan train with her
Boom.
man. Yeah, right on in.
I think she's always fuck with it, and
Yeah.
she's just giving him something to do together, which is cool.
Yeah, no more.
But I think
like,
she's a lot like you. Like you could go, if you had to go vegan, you absolutely
oh
could.
God, yes, yeah.
It
It's
would not be hard.
it
You've been
doesn't-
vegetarian before, but if you had to go vegan, it would be no big shit for you.
I love cheese, though. I would have to find immediately some
So did Michelle.
a substitute.
She
that-
makes
yeah.
more cheese than anyone I know.
But if there's a good substitute, I'm all in. It's just I don't care about it being actual cheese, like as long as it tastes like it. You
No,
know,
I
just
know.
like the meat stuff to me, like.
You
Yeah.
could do it. I could never. I would die.
Oh, you can't even eat turkey bacon, and that's meat.
I don't know. It doesn't look like meat.
Who else? Oh, we got Cinnamando
Cinnamando,
Professionals.
always putting out some shit. Their recent review of Roadhouse was excellent. Gotta love them.
In the Bear Cave.
Bear Cave, John has gotten a total of 2 episodes out.
Hey, he's a busy man.
He's very busy. He's very in demand. He's got a lot of real work that he does on podcasting where he makes money.
Editing professional podcasts for people that are way more, I don't know, popular.
Yes. Good
Or-
shows that use his professional
Yeah.
abilities and pay him.
So, yeah, anybody that's listening, if you don't want to deal, if you want to do a podcast and you don't want to deal with the technical part, because that was numero uno on our list of shit that gets on our nerves about podcasting.
John will do all that for you.
That's what John does for a living. So you can hire him. He'll do that shit. And you just send him all your audio and clips or whatever, and he'll
He'll make it happen.
wave his magic wand and make it sound amazing.
Absolutely. Throwing Smoke. Check it out. None of you are MMA fans. So
I am.
wasting my breath. Talking to the listeners. There's MMA community, as much as I thought that sport, as much as we think it's mainstream, it is not as easy
It's on ESPN now.
as I thought it would be, though. Like, there's a lot of MMA shows out there, but with Joe B and I, what you get are 2 guys that really love the shit.
Really love it.
Really love the shit, so it's going to be there no matter what.
Yep.
So if you don't want to listen, cool. You don't have to. We're going to still be putting the shit out and making it happen. We had McDojo Life on last episode. Shit was phenomenal. McDojo Life is the tits. Follow their Instagram. Joe Rogan has talked about them multiple times. He loves their Instagram page. And the dude could not be cooler. So check out that last episode of Throwing Smoke. And
When's the next one?
I think it's going to be on the 4th. So Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think that's
All
it.
right. I don't have any extra side projects talking about murder. Nobody wants to talk about murder with me on the side.
But we'll look at what Robert sent you. And
maybe I'll just record something on my own.
No, but with our new year, and that was a question, I just didn't get to it, about where do you think Married AF is going? I think we should start putting some segments in where you can talk to me about certain cases.
Like Brooke's
and fill me in.
True Crime Corner.
Yeah, something like that. I'm totally down with doing it. So
I'm in.
We will look into that.
Yep.
Everybody else, go fuck yourselves. Talk to you soon. Good day.
Good day.